Good morning, everybody. We're going to be playing Baritone Ukulele here momentarily. I got to go post this link on the website, but I didn't get my, I did not get the website set up first thing this morning because I was busy doing nothing, I think. What was I doing this morning? I don't know what happened, but anyway, I didn't get yesterday's taken off. And so hold on a second. Let me go put this over onto the archive and repost today's link so everybody can come in and rock out with us. Control V. Okay, just hit save for a second. I'll come back and fix that later. And then we'll make this go away. Link to join. Yesterday, this class collapsed. YouTube was going, I think we got halfway through and then we died, if I remember right. Sometimes YouTube has just had enough of us. All right, so now let me grab the link. Let's close that. I can tweet us too. And then I'm going to post here, paste, shift, highlight, link, enter. See, today the scroll is working. Isn't that so dumb? What the heck? WordPress. Update. So that should get everybody in here. And we got a tweet. All right, let's go ahead and get the tweeting done. Tweet. https:// whoops, not K, Jolly Roger Ukulele. I have a Bluetooth keyboard down here when I look so less weird doing it. And then it turns out it doesn't work half the time. So Bluetooth. So there we go. All right, so we've tweeted, closed Twitter out. I have posted our new link. Let me make sure it's working properly. Let us close down that page and roll down. Click that. And there we go. All right, so Jolly Roger's done. Scroll down, see what the heck kind of songs are we going to be doing today? And let's see. All right, close that out. Carol made it in. I know, yesterday was rough. I couldn't believe it. And it was the worst possible time. It was late enough for me to we've only got 20 minutes left. Should I reboot? Should I just forget it? I'm like, I don't know. So, so we're gonna root for tomorrow, and we're gonna hope for the best. Let's see. All right. Okay. So looks like here's what's exciting, guys. Macintosh is getting ready to put out yet another operating system. So you should probably think about if every time this happens, none of my programs work right anymore. So I think it's about time for me just to give up. Right. I think from now on I'm just gonna play on my balcony. All right. Let's see. Good morning, Lanny. Carol's in. Cindy made it in. Diane, good morning. Let's skip Bleak Midwinter. You're like, I've had enough of it. Enough. There's got to be an end to Bleak Midwinter. Let's see. Baritone. Right on, Diane. I agree with you. No, it's a beautiful song. We just play it too much. We were working our way up the list, if I remember right? So I think we got nuked in the middle of God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. And then I think... Well, actually, with you guys, I think, were we going down the list? So if we did God Rest You Merry Gentlemen first and then Hark the Herald and then skipped it to Midwinter and played It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, would that make sense as an approach to what we're doing today? Or is that the opposite of what we should do? Let's see. Arlo made it in. Arlo is in on Arlo comes to guitar class too. And Arlo is a way better guitar player than I am. And so sometimes I'm like, I hope I don't say anything crazy. Connie's in. Good morning, Connie. Good morning. Clay showed me how to change my baritone strings. No, we need to play Bleak Midwinter. Okay, all right. Vic is in. Gary from Eugene. Eugene's been rainy and then not rainy and then rainy and then not rainy. And we want Eugene to be rainy, 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 rainy because that means the earth is in good shape. But it has not been doing it consistently. Let us not have a bleak outlook. Lenny has become a 19th century schoolyard boy. I'm starting with God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, and then I'm working my way down the list unless you tell me otherwise. And Diane, I may not be able to meet your wishes here today because I have found out the Bleak Midwinter aficionados are rather, well, the passion for In the Bleak Midwinter will turn you into a 19th century chimney sweep. God rest you, merry gentlemen. I'm pretty sure this is where we were when we got nuked yesterday. As always, if we're most of the way through the class, we'll call it good. If we get nuked in the middle of the class and it still feels like there's more time, I'll go back and repost a new link. But once the sound goes bad, there's nothing that I can do about it. There's no controls anywhere on this interface. This interface, you'd think YouTube, right? It would be every bit as good as Zoom and probably better. But I have almost no buttons. I can delete somebody in chat who's being a brat. That's pretty much the only thing. And I can end the stream. That's about the only thing that I have the power to do on this interface. So once the sound goes bad, we're out. So that's it. Let's see. Maybe a all right, let's see. I took my real baritone over to the shop and I was going to change the strings. And then I didn't get it done. So let me make sure that this one is tuned up. This one's fine. To be honest, I sometimes like the sound of this one better. It, of course, has old strings on it as well. That's what I do is I tell people to change their strings, and then I don't change my strings. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Let's hear it. From the top, 3-beat count in. Let's twice through, right? Yeah, 2 times through. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, sorry. Let's start over. I'm playing it like an animal. I drank too much coffee, apparently. From the top, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's close enough. How's it feel so far this morning? Get your ukulele tuned up. Get it feeling a little bit like it's gonna make some noise. Let's see. I think what else do what else? Maybe I should put some strings on this guy. He sounded okay, huh? All right. There's God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. What's next on our list? Hark the Herald. Let's go play Hark the Herald. This is a nice song too. Remember, I think everybody's dealing with the September 12th version of this, and I made a couple of typo fixes. Measure 8, remember measure 8, the first chord should just be 2-1-2, second chord should be 2-1-0, third chord should be 2-2, and then that last 2 should be on the 4th string. So that measures a tiny bit of a mess. And then we put in a fermata at the end of measure 16. So that's the only changes to this. And other than that, we are in pretty good shape. Did I really work on this in September 12th and never update it? All right, that's disgusting. All right, let's play it. D. From the top, two times through. Yeah, 2 times through. Let's see. Baritone sounds better only after minor adjustments of your tuning. And you changed your strings yesterday, right? Did you actually change them? Because if you actually change it says Clay showed me how to change them, and so then the question is, did you actually change them? If you actually changed your strings, you can and plan on 2 weeks of tuning entertainment, right? Those of you guys who've done this, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like the first couple of days, you're like, I think my baritone is broken. This thing sounds way worse than before I changed the strings. And then as day 3, day 5 starts to sound less terrible, and then usually around the second week, you're not having to tune it every 5 minutes. And then by the 3rd week, yeah, he did. Oh, he did too, and you did too. Nice. Okay, good. So what happens there is these nylon strings, they're not nylon anymore, they're fluorocarbon. Fascinating fact. If you are a deep sea fisherman and you're going after the big game, the expensive stuff, not just going out and tossing the line and hoping for the best, but you're going out after what they call tarpon, which are maybe not the high dollar fish, but they're real fighters. Like guys like to go fish for them because, they're going to have to work to get this fish in. They use 100% fluorocarbon in their lines because they want it to be super stretchy so that the line doesn't break and that the fish will have some play while it's busy fighting this line. So they use fluorocarbon. Well, I always tell, a lot of people are like, oh, ukulele strings, I have read up on them. I know all about them. They think they know all this stuff that, you can't just use plain old fishing line for your strings. And then you're like, well, who's got more at stake? A guy playing Hark the Herald or a guy who just spent $20,000 to go on a tarpon fishing excursion? He wants good string because that's the only thing between him and losing this fish, losing $20,000 for his fishing vacation. And so generally speaking, the fluorocarbon that's made these days for fishermen is super high quality, and as it is for musical instruments. And so there's it's fascinating. We can actually, honest to God, use fishing string on our ukuleles and do just fine. But the string is meant to stretch, and we use it for the opposite reason. It's, when you first put it on, it's stretching, and you're like, God dang it. And you stretch and stretch and stretch, and then all of a sudden it's finally the stretch is all out of it, and then your ukulele comes to life, and you're like, oh, now I see. Why didn't I change these strings sooner? And so, but yeah, the week after you change them, it's the week and 2 weeks after you change them, it's like, oh God. I'm going to stop listening to Gary and never change my strings ever again. All right, from the top, 4-beat count in. Hark the Herald. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Go do the first repeat. I want to play this one more time. To the top. One last time. Go. Go. All right, now third time through, I finally got it. That song is deceptively complicated, right? At first, you're like, "Oh, D chord, I can handle that. D chord, D chord, D chord," and then all of a sudden, that mess in measure three, and you're like, "Oh, this song's going to be quite a bit harder than I thought." And so all of a sudden, you're just like, "Ah!" It's beautiful. It's a good arrangement. I really think the whole thing works. A couple of notes I might change, but for the most part, I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully that's fun. I like that song. All right. All right. Let's see. Next up on the list of the hits, Diane, close your ears. We're going to play In the Bleak Midwinter. In the Bleak Midwinter. We had in harmonica class, we did a song called A Shooken Farewell, which is people know it from PBS's Civil War series. And we were, it's kind of hard song. And so we're all working on it, and we worked on it for a couple weeks. And I says, all right, guys, I don't think I quite have it done. What do you guys think about one more week of it? And everybody's like, okay. And then Marcia was like, absolutely not. And so I'm like, oh dear, I'm one person who hates this song. I always tell people, in order to master a tune, you have to get where you hate that tune and then come to accept it, right? And so a lot of times, I will find that I'm working on a song because I like it, and then I work on it for so long. I'm trying to get it memorized, blah blah blah. And pretty soon you're just like, I hate this song because you played it 5,000 times, and then at some point you're like, all right, I got to memorize. Somebody wants to hear it, all right, fine, And so you get it's sort of this evolution with music where I like this song. I'm working on this song and getting a little less fascinated by it. God, I can't believe George Harrison is such a bad lyricist. And you get where you're like, I hate this song. And then all of a sudden you got it all memorized. It's pretty decent. You're pretty good at presenting it. And you're like, well, okay, fine. I will stop hating this song. All right, let's do In the Bleak Midwinter. Let's play it twice through. Play it any way that makes you happy. And I'm going to play Tough Uke and see if I can pull it off. It's really set up to be a claw piece. You could play this with your thumb also. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top, go. I blew it from the top, very top. Sorry guys, I don't know. My brain went into the bleak midwinter. From the top, measure 1, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second inning. There. In the bleak midwinter. Quickly turn the page, Diane. Quickly. All right. That's a beautiful tune. That's really nice. Kind of fun to play. Couple of hard spots, not too bad. Let's see. It came up on a midnight clear. Is next up. And guys, if there's anything you want to play, getting ready for tomorrow, like you're like, I'm not sure if I've got the big idea on this one or not. I'm happy to go through some of the other songs on the list, but otherwise we'll just keep moving down to the bottom of the list. Tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 12 songs tomorrow in 40 minutes. I think if we start right dead on time and we just run down through that whole list, we will probably make it to, we can probably get in 12 songs tomorrow. We'll have to hustle. So plan on being here right at 10:05 or whatever, 05 in your neighborhood. And we'll kill it. Okay. So thank you, Diane, for letting us play that song. Diane, we love you. Okay. All right. Back to focus. But yeah, we'll try to get started right at 5 after tomorrow, and I'll try to talk way less than usual, and we will see if we can get all 12 songs in tomorrow. Okay. It came up on a midnight clear. Okay. This one I always start 3 and 7, right? So I start Moon River exactly the same way, by the way. All right, here we go. From the top. Play it any way you want, right? You're at this point, you're just thinking, how am I going to play this tomorrow in concert? 1, 2. Sorry, hold on. A little more bam. Keep going. Measure 25. To the top. Let's do the first inning again. I need to play it one more time. To the top. Second ending. Messed up measure 21 every single time. This should be 0, 0, 0, And this should be 4, 4, 6. All right. All right. Good. Lovely. Nice tune, right? I like that piece. Next up, Over the River and Through the Woods. I don't know if we've been playing this one with you guys or not, but I love it. And so we're going to play it again. And just change the word Thanksgiving to Christmas. You're all set. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Turn Christmas into a 3-syllable word and you're all set. All right, nice and slow. This one's when we hear it and we sing it, over the river and through the woods, but that's not how this one's arranged. This is set up to be much more contemplative, a little bit more jazzy, a little bit more high level, more cleaning the chimneys style. And so let's make this one as pretty as we can. Okay, from the top. 2 times through, by the way. We'll play the intro and then twice through, and then remember at measure 21, especially you guys that are claw pickers, you want to try to fill in those long notes with some decorative notes in between. Okay, from the top. 1, 2. Top. I'm going to change that to a 4. Major 7. Isn't that fun? I like that tune. All right. Every song we have I like. I think. Is every song I like? I think so. Let's play Silent Night. How are we doing on time? Plenty of time. Silent Night. Remember at 23, 7, 8, 9. All right. It's going to sound beautiful if you can get it. And then, of course, measure 21, you have the 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, and 8. That's a little bit of a challenge at that moment. I think that's it in terms of scary things that happen in this song. In terms of scaring you with Silent Night, there's only two chords that are really a bummer. Everything else is fine. And by the way, remember, those of you who like to sing, all of these songs work as that too. So you get your family, friends, you get your house full of 50 people, and try to avoid the cops, and you play and sing, and everybody has a good time. Until you're arrested and taken to jail. All right, here we go. I think they took. Who did they take to jail? They took, what's his name? Johnny Cash, I think, at some point for playing music incorrectly. From the top, 3-beat count-in. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's how you play that song. That's a good one. I love this weirdo E minor up here. I like to strum it. When I plucked it just now, I'm like, it doesn't have the same feeling, but if you go, just adds this cool moment where you're like, hey, that's different than the way we usually play it, but it sounds really nice. And you guys know I'm always trying to rewrite songs in a different way to make them more fun to play. Up on the housetop, you're supposed to play it through 3 times, you guys. So I'm going to play it 3 times, but I'm going to play it 3 different ways. And so your job is to play a duet with me. So the first time through, I'm going to play the melody. The second time through, I'm going to play the chords. Third time through, I'm going to play the tough uke. And your job is to play either the exact same thing I'm playing or something totally different. But if you play something totally different at the same pacing as me, so that we make a really lovely duet. And so this is not a terribly difficult song. So it's one of those moments where you're like, all right, if he's going to play melody, I want to play chords. And if he's playing chords, I will play melody. And if he's playing tough uke, I'll play tough uke with him, right? Or whatever. But so first time through, I'll play melody. Second time through, you'll get to hear my glorious singing voice with chords. And then the last time through, I will do tough uke. Okay, so you decide how you want to play it. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. old Santa Claus down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joy. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Dirk. And then to the chord melody, go. Nice. How'd we do? Are we playing well today? Are we feeling good? Making those baritones come alive? I'm actually really delighted with the sound coming out of this. Maybe this will be my baritone. You know, you paid money for one of the other ones and you're like, oh, I should play the expensive one. This one, I don't even remember where this came from, honestly. Sounds pretty good. Guys, that's enough for today, right? So tomorrow, we'll start up right exactly at 5 after. Angels, angels, bring deck green God heart in it over silent up. We'll probably switch up on the housetop and silent night, so we end on a cool note, right? On a pretty beautiful song. So I think that's what I know about baritone ukulele. Don't do a random act of kindness today because you have to practice for tomorrow's rehearsal or concert. You have to be safe. Practice. Show up tomorrow, 5 after. Okay, I'll open up the room early if I can, and then be tuned up and ready. Have all your sheet music in order, and then subscribe and like. By the way, we're going to be pushing over the next 2 weeks to really make the member section the section of the website. We're going to continue to have open, stuff on the front and stuff, but I'm going to worry less about that and more about the more complex music. Lots of you guys are getting to be very, very fine players, and so there's no reason not to give you the really, really good stuff. And in order to do that, I have to hide that behind that subscription panel. And so if you're not a member of the website, give it some thought, right? That's a nice little Christmas gift that Santa could give you. It's $5 to get started and $25 a quarter. And there's hundreds of songs in there right now. The baritone can, as I've told you guys, I'm making a big commitment to baritone. It's some pretty heavy lifting right now, but we're gonna get baritone where it is on the same level as ukulele, and so that should be a little Christmas gift for yourself. Let's see. Very nicely done. Thanks, Gary. Cindy says very nicely done. So hopefully that means that she and I were playing such fabulous duets together that she's ready to go on the road. It'll be, instead of Peter, Paul, and Mary, it's going to be Gary and Cindy. Probably what we'll do is when we take the album cover photo, we'll put Cindy a little bit in front of Gary because she's fabulous looking and I look like, well, this. So we need this further away and kind of blurry, you know how you do. Let's see. So there we go. Linda, let's see. Well, I know. Stop being... Oh, you're going to be late to ukulele. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, not okay. But what am I going to do? We'll lock the door. Don't let her in. Lanny, good to see you. Have a great day, you guys. And I will see all of you either later today or mañana.